What it do? This is Rob the Strawhead Ronin, and we are back with some more Vinland Saga. Man, this show has been getting real philosophical the last couple of episodes. So Thorfinn and Einar, they're about to be free, right? As soon as the master comes back. But is he really coming back? He's going to see King Harold, who may or may not be dead by the time he gets there. I expect him to be dead. I don't remember. It doesn't matter because he's already given his land up to Canute. Canute is now the king of England, the king of Denmark. Canute's got it all. He poisoned his brother to get there. Some real Game of Thrones shit. So now what's the plan? What is the plan? How are these stories going to connect? Let's tune in and find out. Vinland Saga. Kings and Swords. They're going at it. Canute actually getting it in. Let's go. This man can fight now. Ooh. Ooh. Relax. He's the king. Ooh. So is this another one of his ploys to make himself look good? Because this guy is not going to actually try to kill the king, right? Right. So he is holding back. But he's making it look good though. Like if this was a real fight, Canute would be dead. I'm sure he still does hate touching swords. But he's got to look good in front of his people. Right. This man thinks he's Thorfinn. Yeah, you can't hide the face. You ever seen somebody fight and they just grimacing all the time? It's like, bro, you were struggling right now. You gotta go in. One of my favorite quotes is, if you can't find a way out, dig yourself further in. Don't look. Canute is smart. I told you. You're done. Intelligence. That's why he's king. So he only won 1 out of the 5. But he won 1. They need that money. Raising taxes. Cattle. Yeah, that's not going to fly over well. An urgent problem. They're like, why the hell are we paying for Danish soldiers? You can't do that. Trying to protect the peace, you need a strong army. You need men prone to violence. Damn, they're gonna take land. And there you have it. Out of the question. He said exactly what I was thinking. Those are facts though, man. I hate to admit it because, you know, I wish things could be the way Thorfinn sees them. You know, like, well, not 100% peace all the time would be boring, right? But I understand it. However, it's not realistic to expect that you can rid the world of all war and slavery. I don't know, because now I'm thinking about it. Canute, he has the same plan, but he wants to do it through military might and backhanded tactics, which I don't think it's still not realistic, because there's always going to be people who rebel against you. If you try to like squeeze people and force them to submit, at the end of the day, people want freedom to do what they want to do. So you're never going to have 100% peace. But Canute makes very valid points. You can't even keep the peace without having a military might. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. There's going to be somebody who's going to test you or try to take what you have. You have to be able to protect it.
見まかったと
Yeah, he's dead.
じゃあわしが農場を出る頃にはすでに
そういうことになるな。
That's exactly what it means. And been keeping up with the papers?
山ほどお見舞いの品を持ってきたというのに。
クノール3隻分かい。
Give him the canoe.
そりゃクヌート陛下の従手だからな。
Oh, he's a part of Canute's guard. I thought he was with Harold.
こうなっては次のデンマーク王になる方とも。
Should have got on your ship and went straight home, man.
おい、オルマルはどこ行った？
あいつももう20歳だろ。子供じゃねえんだろ。
He's 20 now.
今頃肩がぶつかったのなんだろう。謝る謝らないのと揉め事になっとるに違いないわ。
I mean, he knows his son, but maybe you shouldn't have put that in the air.
ぶつかってきたんだろうが。ざけんなよこら。
And he's doing exactly what he said. Bug Eyes. What was his name? Is this the first time we seeing him? I think it is. I'm familiar with him from the manga, but I think, yeah. I don't know why I thought he was introduced. I think he was introduced. Like, they showed him, but they didn't really introduce him. Damn, you draw a sword, G? You couldn't just throw the hands? You pussy? Oh my god, this guy. Alright, Jojo. This is the worst when you get embarrassed by your dad. So you see the shift in tone. The way that they're doing this, it feels like an entirely different anime. You almost watched you get killed. Leave! Thorfinn. He has the same name. Ah, here we go. Leave, put it together, please. He been looking for Thorfinn. He even got himself a lookalike. I don't know about all that.
体に無数の刀傷があるのを見たことはありますが。
奴隷になった友人の息子をもう何年
Been trying to bring this boy home for years, like 10, 20 years.
聞いてくれモルズ今度のトルフィンはいつもとは違うんだ当たりの予感がする早く帰らねえとグリーンランドの海が凍っちまうよ10日も日程を遅らせてもし風向きや潮に恵まれなかったらどうすんだよ
Them boats is way too small to be traveling on the sea for like 10 days. I would hate to be stuck out seeing a small ass boat like that.
お前結構顔が利くんだなトールギル見直したぞ
I've changed my mind about you.
貢ぎ物が良かったのかもしれねえな
This man is scheming.
そうだろそうだろ陛下とてうちと取引を持ってそんなことは
That he does.
オルマル礼儀正しくな
This man has a skull on his belt. Bro, you can't take this dude anywhere.
あれらの作物はすべてそなたの畑から参じたものか
はいさようでございます
世はいたずらに父や兄のやり方を崩そうとは思っておらぬ安心しろ
Unnecessarily changing things. But he does have a necessity.
ありがたきお言葉今後もどうかお変わりなくご後輩のほどを
What are you doing? What is he doing? This is crazy because it's been a while since I read this.
俺を陛下の軍団に入れてくださいできれば兄ちゃんと同じ銃士団に
Don't.
今まで稽古を積んできました
He even surprised his brother.
構わぬぞケティルその者の剣の腕前見てやろう
Sheesh.
その豚は今日の兵どもの夕食だ人体とみなし切ってみせよ
はい
It's crazy that he allowed them to do this instead of like demonstrate it in an actual fight. Everybody's like, what's going on in there? Is the king being attacked? This dude is sawing. Yo, he just embarrassed his father.
よくわかった。
Oh man. Right, right.
まったく気の小さいやつほどここ一番で何するか分かったもんじゃねえな。
Right. Those are facts.
よくいる手合いです。実力はなく、
All pride, no skill.
己の力量を全く分かっておりません。
I wouldn't want him serving under
重
me.
視長としての意見は分かった。では、もう一つの意見を聞こう。
大いに使います。あの若者。
Here we go.
そうだな。使える。こちらの思うように踊ってくれるだろう。万民の平和のためだ。悪いが泣いてもらおう。
This man Canute is dark.
あのケティルが接収第1号だ。
And this is how we get the two stories emerging. Oh man, this is where we stop. Yo, next week is gonna be crazy. So this is where the story is gonna start picking up. I don't want to get into spoilers, but next episode is gonna be, as far as like this art goes, it's kind of gonna be one of my favorites. Canute is scheming. He's trying to take Kettle's farm, and he says that he expects Omar to act in the way that they expect him to. They basically know. It's crazy, man, when you understand people and you know like behaviors and you start putting in the plans or behaving in a way to get them to act in a way that you want them to so you can get your desired outcome. That's crazy. And this is why you got to be careful with people who you meet, man. You can't just be acting. You can't act like that in front of a king, man. Like, you don't know anything about this guy. You don't know how ruthless he can be. This man is so eager to show that he's not a bitch. And that's understandable, right? Because respect is something that a lot of men cherish, man. We don't like being disrespected. We don't like to be looked at in certain ways. And especially when you grow up in that type of environment where, you know, people around you are tough. He has a tough brother. He doesn't know that the story about his father is fake, but he thinks his father was this amazing guy. He wants to be a legend like that, and that's understandable. And he's young, so he doesn't know any better. But still, the way he's behaving is it's uncouth. At least, if you wanted to impress the king, you should have been working on your skills. You should have been able to cut into a boar or a pig or whatever it was that they had. You should have been able to cut into that ham. At the very least. What has this man been doing with his life? There's a phrase, I can't think of the phrase right now, where people overestimate their abilities but can't see it. It has to do with like narcissistic personalities. It's Dunning-Kruger syndrome, I think. I gotta look into it. I'm not about to look into it now. But I don't know if that's what he's suffering from, because when he makes a fool out of himself, he does realize that he made a fool out of himself. We saw him at the table crying. So, you know, when you suffer from that type of syndrome, you don't even allow yourself the ability to see that you were at fault. But this is interesting. Next week is going to go crazy. I can't wait to get into it, man. Vinland Saga is top notch. If you like this reaction, hit that like button down below. Hit the subscribe button down below. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Until next time, Ronan signing out. Peace.